Welcome, Capricorn. This is your weekly focus for the week of July the 29th. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Let's turn to the cards and see what they will reveal for you, Capricorn, for your week ahead. Come on, cards. Cooperate. Okay, underlying energy. Our underlying energy for this week is, look at this, the Lovers. Oh, it's all about growing the love in the relationship, the harmony, the beauty, infusing the relationships, your environments, your everything with love. This could be growing relationships within the community, within the workplace. Okay, this could be a time where you need to socialize with purpose, growing those relationships, growing those bonds stronger. This could be you actually embracing a new path for yourself, something that you want to do, a passion, a desire, something that fills you with enthusiasm. Could all be part of it. Yeah, there's passion here for sure. Okay, we've got, oh my gosh, then the Four of Wands is your first card. So I don't think every one of you is getting married. Celebrating the moment, celebrating each and every moment. Don't wait for the final moment to celebrate. I think we talked about that a little bit last week, did we not? But here we are, and it's about partnerships coming together, growing the beauty, growing the relationship, growing the environment together with somebody else. So it could be that you are working in collaboration with somebody at work. Okay, making building something that is going to be prosperous down the road for both you and the company you work for, or the industry or the business. It's very much about partnerships here, okay? Because we do have the Lovers here. We got the Four of Wands. We got two people again. So I think it is about you and another for a lot of the week, and growing those relationships, growing those bonds stronger. It could be in your love life where you are, almost putting in more of a nurturing sense, or wanting to bring in harmony and beauty into maybe your home, your family, into the relationship itself. We've got the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a very enthusiastic king. He has been showing up over and over again throughout these readings and throughout the last couple of weeks, actually, for everybody. I mean, he is, and I love him because he gets an idea. And then he doesn't just sit there and wait and think it through and carve that plan into stone. Although we want strategic planning, like what, here we're strategically planning, right? We know that we have to start with the four posts before we can put up the walls or the roof or anything else, right? We are building that castle, but we have to be a little strategic, but we don't have to wait on everything to be right. Like, we don't have to wait for the trusses to come in before we can start laying the foundation, kind of thing, right? We don't have to order the windows yet. We're a long way from installing windows on that home. So when you look at your life, like, what can be done in the present moment? What can you do today to give you that little inch ahead? And it might be something little and it might be something mundane, but in some way it moves you a little bit closer to that goal, that dream, that desire, maybe creating the beauty, maybe embracing the passion that you hold within you for something special. And we have the Two of Cups. Well, if this isn't a love reading, I don't know what is, okay? And I haven't seen such a strong presence for love in a while, so this really is about your relationships with another. And it doesn't necessarily mean a love relationship, okay? It could be a platonic relationship that you are working towards. Maybe you are socializing with purpose and you're going out and you're meeting the higher ups of the organization, so they get to know you and your name, and don't give them all the information. In fact, hold back almost all the information, so they want more, that they come to seek you out, that they, and as your reports are going forward, I met that person the other day, they impressed me then, they have something going for them, look at this work they just turned out. You want to kind of get that momentum kind of going, and you're going to do that momentum best through growing those relationships, whether it's at work or in the community or in your own personal life. Okay, so where do you want to grow those relationships stronger? That's the first thing I'd have to ask. But I also think there are new people coming in your path this week that you are going to form strong bonds with down the road. They're there to help you, to push you forward in some way, to open up doors for you, or at least point in the direction that you need to go. They're going to be helpers. The people that come in now in your life throughout this week that you're meeting new will have a substantial role to help you better your world going forward, and you probably have a role in helping them better their life forward in some way too. But we're not doing a reading for them, we're doing a reading for you. Overriding this energy is the Ten of Swords. Now I like the Ten of Swords. A lot of card readers do not like it, and a lot of people that are sitting there in your position right now receiving it do not like this card because it looks like death. We have to first of all remember it is a 10 energy. It is not a 9 energy, so it is not about completions, it's not about endings, but rather what do we do in the 9 energy? We release so that we can allow for the space, the time, the energy for a new experience to come into being, right? This is a card that says you've been through the chaos, you've walked through the fire, you have emerged stronger because of it. Your knowledge has been raised. This is a time when you are going to start to brush yourself off. This is the time when you are going to start pushing yourself forward towards those dreams, those desires. And you may see what needs to change in your life. That could be right now, maybe you're only seeing a little bit of darkness, our faces right to the ground kind of thing. You do not feel or see the presence of that sun coming out, but you will be filled with the vitality. You will be filled with the energy. And this allows you to start looking at taking the next step in that opportunity, that adventure, that growth, that career move, that relationship that you want to move forward. This gives you the energy to start looking at what you can do today to better your tomorrow. This looks at the energy of inviting new people into your life and opening up your heart to new, unique. Let's see how this cradle, look at this, okay? The energy that's cradling you is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a card that says you are going into a very new path, and it is uncharted territory for you. You don't know a lot of what to expect, and that's okay. And you have to be okay with that, okay? So, okay. This is where you raise your conviction, I think, and where you want to go into new arenas of your life. And that new arena could be you are retiring from your job and you're going to start a whole new life by not having to do that 9 to 5 anymore. Or it could be that you are in a job, but it doesn't do anything for you. Or maybe you've just lost a job, or this could be a relationship. You've just stepped out of a relationship, or you want to move that relationship into something new and different. Wow, how's that working for you? It's like you guys are reinventing the relationship. I don't know. Leave it in the comments how you are going about reinventing your relationship. I get a lot about relationships in this reading. Let's see how we start the week. We start the week as the Empress. Okay. So we walk into a week and we are creating, we are giving birth to these new experiences. So that really explains that card there, right? Because now we're going to start pushing towards, because our we have in our sights what we really want to step into, where we want the growth, where we want the prosperity, where we want the great love, where we want the harmony, where we want the beauty in our life. We're definitely doing that as we walk in. We are the diplomat here. Um, our intuition is strong here. So if things don't feel right, then chances are they are not right. And this is a time when you are going to dig for the truth, for what is the truth of the situation, and how can we grow or build upon that truth. As we leave, look at this, as we leave the week, though, wishes fulfilled. We set ourselves up. We set ourselves up throughout this week by just giving it a little bit of effort. I don't see a big push here anywhere so far where we have to put a lot of energy into it. It's more about setting your sails. It's more about setting your sails so the wind catches it at the right angle and you go forward in exactly the way you want. And I see that as being something that is very doable for you this week. You start off with the Empress with that dream of giving birth to something, inventing something, creating something. Okay. And you're in the starting stages, obviously, of doing that with another, whether it's career, whether it's love and relationships. And we're not there yet. So we'll look at those in detail in a few minutes. Let's not jump ahead. But we start doing those little things that we know will matter long term. Okay, maybe we're changing a small habit about ourselves or behavior. Maybe we are making that decision that I'm not going to bed until the entire house is clean, every dish is done, so I wake up to a brand new house with nothing to do first thing in the morning. Okay, it can get dirty throughout the day, but by nighttime, it's going to just be picture perfect. You can put it in a magazine. It looks so good. Maybe you got to get to that point so that you can start doing that on a regular basis. Maybe you are it's time to reorganize a certain part of your home or something, or your desk at work, in order for things to flow a little bit better. Maybe you're looking at um things. Yeah, it's things that you can do, behaviors you can change, habits you can change. And this might be the habits of the relationship completely. It might be like, you do this and I do that, but let's do this instead. Let's try working our routine a little bit more like this, or let's move supper hour to this hour so that we can have a supper together every single night. Or maybe we'll get our the same day off so that we can do something together as a couple. And that could be a good friend, and that could be platonic, it could be romantic, whatever. But there is this beautiful thing that is setting you up for your wishes to come true. Well, I just finished Sag, and Sag had something very similar to that, so you're sharing some energy here. So I would have to say, if you're sharing energy, it would have to be a moon energy that you're sharing. And it's all about your emotions and what you are feeling passionate about, where you are seeking the knowledge, the wisdom, the truth, the romance, the happiness, the joy, the celebration. Because each of you, it really, it's very mildly the same kind of reading where you're working through this week in order to prepare yourself for the beauty of what's to come. In work and career, we have the Hierophant. People are coming to you for the answers, or you were just learning something. I think there's a wisdom about you. I think you can take this wisdom to a new level. I think there's a real conviction of where you want to go, and having a faith in yourself, a belief in yourself, a belief in your talents and abilities. And I think that belief is there when it comes to work and career. You could be doing some kind of transformation within the corporation or the business you work with. You're changing things up so that it has more of a flow, or maybe productivity is a little bit better, or you're making more money, or more customers are being drawn towards you. There's this kind of wisdom about you here, this sage, almost like a sage mystic coming into the play here, understanding what is needed and what is not needed, and really fine tuning some things. Does that make sense to you? There's some kind of transformation that's happening here when it comes to work and career. I don't see you necessarily moving jobs or anything. It's more of what you are doing within your job. Okay. Definitely we are deepening the relationships in our work and our career. That's a definite, because this whole board is a lot of relationship stuff. But with the Hierophant here, it's almost like the mystic within knows the way forward, and you have to trust yourself and the decisions you are making to make it uh more prosperity, more abundance. Maybe you get a raise, maybe you, just because of your knowledge, your wisdom, what you bring to the table, you are the go-to, or you become the go-to for a lot of questions, for the answers. They come to seek you out. And if you are starting a new business of any kind, then you are kind of like the brains behind it. You are the ones that's making the plans. You're the one that's making the spreadsheets. You're the one that's keeping everybody on task in order to bring it all together. So you're doing a little bit of relationship building just by doing that. When we go to relationships, look at this. The Ace of Wands appears for relationships. I think we're trying to find a beautiful harmony within our relationships. I really think that that is what it is all about here. We're growing those relationships. We are searching for the truth, because that's what we can act upon and know that we're building a strong foundation beneath, is by the truth and by trust. Yeah, we want to bring in balance. We want to bring in harmony. We want to bring in love. Right next to this card, though, I think it could be a very passionate week for you when it comes to love. You know, allow that primal energy to be let out a little bit. I almost get that sense with that card next to it. So, and then that's probably not for everybody, but I think a large majority of you will be, I don't know, more sensual, or more. Yeah, you're showing your sexy side, or your wild side, or your innovative side, where let's try something new, let's try something different, let's see if this brings something into the relationship that was once missing, or making the relationship stronger, bringing more harmony into the picture. If you're looking for somebody, you're looking for, this could be somebody that is very strong and empowering in your life. They bring out that that primal person. They bring that out of you. You come alive again. You want to experience all the emotion and all the beauty of the emotion. And it could be somebody that works towards a happily ever after with you. Absolutely. That are willing to try new ideas, innovative things with you. And regardless of where you are in the relationship, if you're just meeting, you're looking to meet, or you've been with each other for 3 months or 3 years or 30 years, it doesn't seem to matter here. It's about putting new energy into that relationship in order to really bring in a true balance within that relationship. I don't really think it's a work career balance here. I think we've been through struggles in both areas, and we are coming to this new sense of owning the energy around us and owning our happiness in both areas. Let's get one more card here. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. So a belief in yourself, just showing up, be consistent, uh, doing the little things, taking the little steps, following your gut, following your intuition of where you need to go, of what you need to do, of what needs to be taken care of where you need to invite new in. I think all of these things matter tremendously going forward, and just having that belief in yourself. That so long as you keep showing up and giving yourself the commitment that's necessary, that everything will unfold exactly as you see it, or better. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.